Welcome on in to the NY to MD podcast. Your host, Kevin Hurst, Brian Sherrard. What's going on, man?
What is going on, man? That's the way you bring in the last day of summer, man. Yeah. That's the way you bring it in, man. You bring it in with some hype music, man, and some cold weather. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, that's how you need to wake up when it's 40 degrees outside.
What happened? Did you like flick a light switch or something? Like what, dude? I could have sworn like earlier this week, like it was a little bit, a little bit warmer, but like over the weekend, dude, 40s, waking up to the 40s, man.
I'm not a cold weather person. I'm a fall person. Oh,
okay.
My favorite time of year.
Really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, fall is so superior to every other.
No.
It is. It's far superior.
I can't stand fall, man. No, I shouldn't say I can't stand fall. I love summer. I just love summer.
I mean, summer's just too hot. I'm not a heat person.
I'm a heat person.
Not a Miami heat person. I don't have any issues with Miami. But I mean, just like, don't get 90s to 100s just do me in. Like, but give me 70s. I'm a 70, 75.
Okay.
You sit here, you get there. Now, the issue, because we're in Maryland, is that it has to start at 40 to get to 70. Like, they can't go 60 to 70. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 30-degree difference in Maryland.
So my question to you is, have you turned the heat on yet?
Heck to the no. To the no. Ain't no way, dog.
Man, I had to, man.
No.
Dude, look. People walk around with jackets on in the house.
September 20th.
I know, but
dude, seriously?
Yeah.
I still have windows. I opened windows during the day.
Man, I had to.
It's September 20th. Wow,
dude. Look, man, I kept getting too many comments yesterday. I'm cold.
I mean, I know. Listen, I know there's the pressure of that. So I always try to combat it with, like what you said, just like, listen, it's put on something. And by everything, you don't have to put on a whole. I mean, if you put on a whole full-fledged jacket as an issue. But man, dog, no, can't do it yet.
Unfortunately, man.
Cool. Speaking of keeping cool, congrats to the Stars who won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final last night. I know we don't talk a bunch about hockey here.
So Tampa did win.
No, the Stars.
Oh.
No, yeah. Dallas won Game 1 last night.
Oh, I thought Tampa did. Okay.
Yeah. Nope. It was Game 1 win. It was, I believe, 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. 4-1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Tampa's the favorite, right?
Well, who won last year? Was it St. Louis?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Tampa's been there. Last time in 2015, but they lost. They have a really strong team. I would probably say they're the favorite to go in there, but Dallas' defense took over last night and won, but up 1-0 in the best trophy in all the sports. The most revered, I should say.
Yeah.
Trophy in all the sports, because I love the whole Stanley Cup thing. Well, you already know that. I already talked about the Stanley. I love the Stanley Cup playoffs, or in the trophy presentation, and they wear white gloves. I feel like you should. I don't care what trophy it is from now on. I feel like everybody should just come out with a red carpet and glove. I don't care if it's a Hardy Trophy. I don't care if it's the Major League. What is that? That one have a name?
I forget what it's called. It has a name, but I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that thing.
I love baseball. I love baseball's trophy, though.
Yeah, I like it because it has all the pennants on it.
Yeah, I like it. The worst is basketball. That is the apps. I know we talked about this so many times, but
that's the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, it'd be cool if you just came out with white gloves. They might add some prestige to it or something.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it was So congratulations to that Dallas, for winning game one, because I don't have any angst towards them as I do any other, or actually the Mavericks, I should say.
Shocking.
One team with that name that I absolutely despise. So,
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of playoffs, we got these basketball finals, man. Conference finals.
Yeah.
We had 3 games in the East and 1 in the West, man. What's your synopsis so far? And have you watched?
Yeah. So I watched the second half of the game last night, Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. Man, Miami, they're just hard, man, to put away. They're hard to put away. They squeaked out a victory in game one.
Yep.
Was that the game where Bam blocked Tatum?
Yes.
Tatum. He's going up for a dunk. Yeah, he goes up for the dunk.
That thing was
all ball, man. That
nasty.
That block was.
That wasn't all ball, but his wrist was back. Like
no, well, put it this way, he didn't. It was a true block. You know what I mean? Like it was amazing, man. And then
I have a balloon here to demonstrate. It was just. He just had the whole thing, and the dude was just, and I was like, yo.
Thanks for the live
everybody's face, man. When you see something like that, everybody. I have no rooting interest in this, but when you see a play, no matter what sport like that happens, you just gotta be like, especially when it's live. You're watching it live. I can't. I was like, man.
Actually, let's back up a little bit, because since we last talked, the Clippers got eliminated. Yeah. So what do you think? Was Game 7 a choke job, or what do you think?
Dude, they were up 3-1. They were up 3-1. You're the prohibited favorite to bring home the aforementioned Larry O'Brien trophy, and you can't put away a team. And then when you lose, all I heard was excuses.
Yeah,
we haven't played together that long. And they've been the team that's played together. And I was taking guys out in the fourth because they seemed fatigued. And I'm like, you had 3 games to win 1 game.
Right.
And you couldn't do it. And all those games you had like 20-plus leads. And now all of a sudden it's fatigue. Oh, they're tired.
What got me was that fourth quarter, man. Kawhi wasn't hitting no shots. Playoff.
1 for 11. He was 1 for 11.
What happened to playoff?
You know what would happen if, I don't know, let me name a player. LeBron was 1 for 11 in a game 7 and got
and was up
3-1. What do you think would be the main story today? Even if LeBron,
that's so true, yo. We don't hear nothing about Kawhi or anything, but if that was LeBron, yo, that would have been one of the biggest stories. They would still be talking about it.
They would still be the story today.
Still would have been talking about it.
And that's the whole thing. People were ready to anoint
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi, thank you, to top 10 status from if they went on and won and he got an MVP. Like he would have been like, I heard pundits from NBA channels to ESPN ready to put this guy up in the top 10. And I'm just like, listen, I love Kawhi. The dude, he sat there, had a great season with Toronto. They won a championship. Toronto still was a really good team, but he was that missing piece that they needed. Right. And they went and pulled it together. He hit that shot against Philly. So I'm not, when he was in the finals before with San Antonio, he did lock up LeBron. And he won an MVP that one, even though he wasn't like the main guy.
Right.
So he went and joined a team that had no pressure on it. He performed great. He was finals MVP and almost deservedly so. When he won, even though his other, Pascal had a good series. Van Vliet had a good series in the finals, but Kawhi was still just the guy who, was almost like that missing piece that team needed to get over the hump. Also, LeBron James left the conference. So that helped because they never could get past him. So once he left and they, elevated their games up and they went and won a championship. So this year he leaves, he goes to the Clippers. Speaking of, I'm not letting PG-13 out of this either because that dude hardly showed up in the playoffs. And even though it's playoff P, which I don't know, that's the worst nickname of all time.
Yeah, that's awful.
But he didn't show up either. But I'm telling you right now, where people were ready to push Kawhi, especially your boy Skip Bayless, and he came in. Oh, he's the new king of LA. He took LeBron's this and that. He has the commercial, and he has his New Balance, whatever sneaker, feel. I don't know what he has. He's his own. Yeah, Kawhi's his own dude. His play is led on the floor, but on that team, well, I can say on the Raptors, Kyle Lowry was a leader of that team, right? He's always kind of been an all-star. He's been a top player. He's a vocal leader. Look, Kawhi's not a vocal leader. Who's the leader on the Clippers when times are tough? Patrick Beverley?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just feel like there's a lack of that type of leadership on that team. And I feel like when Kawhi was in San Antonio, you had Tim Duncan, you had Ginobili, you had Parker, you had Pop. And there was that they could take that pressure off of you. You go to Toronto, there's no pressure to win because they never won anything. And Kyle Lowry is the outspoken guy there. You go to the Clippers, it's a whole new team. You're the guy now, the individual who's leading this team. And you can't just do it by how you play. I'm not saying I know how his locker room stuff is, but PG-13, it's not Indiana anymore. He's taking a step back in here because he knows he's the second superstar to you. But who's the leader of that locker room between the players?
I don't know, man.
I mean, they're not. I mean, I know we're going to talk about Boston, but I feel like Boston has leaders. All those dudes are fiery. You know, Marcus Smart is one of the leaders of that team, and they, you could always tell who's what. When LeBron, since obviously he's the best player, there's never an issue with that with him. You just know it's going to be LeBron and
right
the day. But with Kawhi, where is it? What happened? Where was that leadership? Who was the guy that said, you know what, this is game 7. I'm going to go out and we're just going to handle this. And I know we lost the last 2. Let's go do this. No one did that. And then there's all a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
And again, we still have never reached a Western Conference final in their history.
Crazy.
We all thought. I mean, we picked them for a championship.
Yeah. So do you think Doc Rivers is in trouble?
No. I believe this is such a weird year. I think he's going to give Doc another chance.
Yeah, I think he deserves another shot
with this team. But if they lose if they're anything short of Western Conference Finals, I think he's got to go.
Yeah, but the problem next year. But the problem is next year. See, the Warriors gave everybody a run at the championship this year. Don't forget, man, the Warriors coming back. They're going to be back strong next year, man. So
yeah, I mean, but there's no KD. Speaking of KD will be coming back too.
Yeah.
So for the East, it could be
hey, the Warriors were the Warriors before KD got there.
Oh yeah, of course. But they were the Warriors, but I feel like the West is a little bit. There was no Clippers for them. You know what I mean? Not saying the Clippers. I'm just saying the Clippers could be an issue. But I mean, hell, all of California at this point, right? I mean, you might have Golden State, Lakers, and Clippers all 1, 2, and 3. But Utah's good. Denver's good. There's a lot of deep teams. So also, I know they took a year off, so to speak, but their best player left. All those guys got to work themselves back from injury. I know they have the number 1 pick. Did they get the number 1?
Yeah, they go to. I don't think they got number 1, but
1 or 2. I think they got 2. They got 2.
Okay.
But yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that West coming back next season is going to be all to change. I really hope they keep those game times at 9:00. So I gotta say, because I ain't gonna be able to watch half those games, but those games are gonna be sensational.
So let me ask you this, Hurt. Who are you rooting for now? Like, I told you I thought it was going to be Clippers, Toronto. I forgot what your prediction was. I think you said, what did you say?
I think I had Clippers. I always had the Clippers. I never changed from that. In the East, I think I went with Boston because they were just looking better. So I'm just gonna say, and Lakers Boston. I mean, why not go with the rivalry?
Why not go with LeBron's old team versus LeBron's new team? Oh, man.
Man, that's gonna be good too. That would be really good.
That would be some story, man.
But LeBron's got to get past Denver. Denver's no joke.
Yeah, but
I mean, I feel like the Lakers are the better team, but everybody, I feel like Utah literally has came back from 3-1 deficits twice. And that team never seems to die. And there's going to be a certain time when they run out.
You mean Denver? You mean Denver?
I mean, yeah, Denver. I keep saying it.
I think the difference is though is this just seems like a matchup night with Mayor for Denver, because what did they do, man? Game 1, they let Howard play, JaVale McGee, like Anthony Davis tore them up in the paint. They have nobody to stop these guys.
I was surprised. Dwight Howard looked like he woke up.
Yeah. That was good coaching, man, because they just went big inside because Denver doesn't have an answer for it.
And last game against Houston, the last series against Houston, none of those guys played.
Yeah.
JaVale was on the bench. Dwight was on the bench. They played Marquise Morris. Started, and they adapted. The thing is, they have a really adaptable lineup.
Yeah.
And in this series, it probably worked out. Jamal Murray was still kind of balling out there. I swear I never saw him miss a shot.
Yeah.
But he's an underrated all-star guy. But yeah, I feel like the Lakers are going to pull it out. But Denver, they're the cardiac kids, like the NC State run, back in 85 or whatever. So
yeah, definitely. We've learned not to count these guys out. So,
but either way, if it's Lakers Celtics, there's a story that's already written.
Yeah,
if it's Lakers Miami, there's a story there too. I mean, him against Spo, his old coach, and who has turned into a really, really great coach.
Yeah.
I remember when he first took over, he was a rookie with LeBron and them.
Yeah,
and to them building that team through Jimmy and Bam and Gorchich, I believe they've done well, man. So
yeah, gotta give them credit.
Yeah, so I think Lakers. I'm gonna say Boston. Boston did finally win last night because the first two games, the first game at least it was really close. The second game, Miami kind of had in check for a little bit, even though Boston had a lead, but they lost both of those. And Jimmy Butler's been balling, but last night they had to wake up. If they lost that game and down 3-0, there's no hope.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a conversation with my brother, and he was telling me how Miami was going to win. I was like, man, if you're going to pick Miami, this is not the night to pick them, because I just felt like after they had that scuffle in the locker room and all that stuff that went down, I was like, there's no way Boston. I was like, there's no way they're going to lose. They got to. They got to come together now.
Yeah.
But I will say they almost blew that game. I don't know if you watched the end of that game, man, but they almost gave that game away. I mean, foolishness, bad clock management, turnovers, flagrant fouls with like a minute left. I mean, I was like, are they going to blow this lead? And they really could have blown it. So, but no, man, I think it's going to be a competitive series. It has been competitive, but
yeah.
I think it's anybody's series, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So those playoff games have been good, and it's still excuse me, kind of cool how they came into this bubble situation and where we're at now. And I think the finals are just going to be even spectacular when we get to it, which we could get to it by the end of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be good to see. Let's see. Where you want to go next?
Well, I think we both have rants.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to wait or if you wanted to go, but my rant is going to be good. But we can start with yours.
Yeah, let's start with mine. Baseball, as you know, is our favorite sport. And there come times where the umpires want to be They want to be the show. They want to be the focus of the game. And what I saw this week was absolutely, I've never seen anything like this before. And to me, it was utterly ridiculous. I saw a player get ejected after hitting a home run. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah, I saw it, of course.
What was it? Donaldson hits a home run, crosses, kicks dirt on the plate as he crosses, and comes back, kicks dirt on again. The umpire ejects him.
No, he ejected him before the second one. So
he did?
Yeah. No, you got. So he came across. So they were arguing before he hit the home run over a strike call, right? So he hits the home run like the next pitch. So he runs around. He swipes dirt over the plate.
Right.
This is it. Doing that.
And he was around. And at that point, he was ejected after he swipes.
After he swipes dirt and misses
that makes it even worse. Then
he turns around. Umpire ejects him. Then he steps on home plate, and then wipes some more dirt on home plate.
That was ridiculous. What did you think about that, man?
I mean, okay. It's one of those things where, dude, I've been wanting to replace umpires since the beginning of time almost.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of whatever. But you can have an argument. I don't mind players arguing balls and strikes, even though that's something that's against the rules because it's subjective, right? But he swiped dirt over home plate on purpose.
You should have got ejected for that?
That's if they get, dude. They get ejected for less in baseball. We've been watching baseball.
No, I'm asking you. You think he should have got ejected for swiping dirt over the plate
on purpose because he was mad at the umpire?
Yes. That's ridiculous. No, that is
no, because I've seen it so many times for less. Like I've argued. I'm sure we've been on this show. I've seen people argued for looking at the umpire wrong.
But that doesn't make it right, yo.
No, I've been.
You want to eject a player for kicking dirt on the plate after hitting a home run.
But the umpire's got to clean it off. So you're basically kind of showing up the umpire. You can't do that.
That's the problem.
Well, the umpires never take out. Their egos have to be fed.
So it's okay for umpires to go Enrico Palazzo on everybody, but
and they do,
right? But when a player kicks dirt on home plate, you're gonna kick him out the game? Are you kidding me, dude? You're only supposed to get kicked out if you touch an umpire or if you're arguing balls and strikes. That's it. If you're not arguing balls and strikes,
they were arguing. That's how the argument started. They were arguing balls and strikes.
But he hit a home run, right?
And then to continue the argument, he threw dirt.
No, that is not an argument.
Okay, so me and you were having this discussion, right? I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy that probably won't work. But we're sitting here having this, not even an argument, because I basically will agree with you, because I just don't think there's certain things in baseball that people just need to get over, and umpires need to get over themselves, because I've been saying that forever. But if you and I sitting there having a discussion about something that we shouldn't have a discussion about, you're like, yo, this is off limits. You can't talk about it. And I'm like, whatever. And then I'll just drive over to your house, just dump a bunch of dirt on your front door.
Come on, Hurt.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like
you can't. No, that's not a fair analogy.
But that's basically what happened to me. Just threw some dirt on something in front of the umpire's face. The umpire's like, oh, you got to go. That's how they do that anyway. They'll eject people arguing from the bench if somebody's angry. These are umpires. They've always been about baseball. Umpires have always been about baseball umpires. All the time. I honestly surprised they didn't throw them on the way around the bases just to do it.
It's ridiculous, yo. No. Well, okay, well,
yeah, but no, I mean, should it's automatic thing. Like, should he have been ejected? Probably not. But that's what they do. So I'm not shocked by it, or I'm not upset by it, because baseball again has these stupid rules that they have, and one of them is the umpire could just be, getting his feelings. Umpires have feelings too. They just don't have consistent strike zones. That's all. So yeah. So my rant is. Are you done? I'm sorry. I didn't.
Yes, I am done.
So my rant is on the good old dollar, the money, money, money. So this season, or even in the past, but this season, ESPN has streaming rights to the Bundesliga,
Okay.
along with Italian soccer, Serie A.
Okay.
And of course, NBC still has the Premier League.
Right.
So because I'm not the biggest fan of Serie A, I could care less about what they did. So they put some of their games, not all of them, some of their games on the ESPN Plus, which is their streaming network.
Right.
But whatever. I don't really watch Italian soccer, whatever. So then they got the Bundesliga. So they're basically doing the same thing in Bundesliga. Like you'll get a game on ESPN or ESPN2 or ESPN Ocho between, I don't know, Hamburg and Schalke. But a game between Bayern Munich and maybe Borussia Dortmund will be on ESPN Plus probably. Now, they just played their first games this season this past weekend. So it may not be all the way like that, but that's the way that it's going.
All right.
So this is the second weekend of the Premier League. And last week, Arsenal was on TV. This week, Arsenal was on TV. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But as you know, as you see in the background, I have soccer on now. Now, this is the French League. Every game yesterday, it started from like 7:30 to the Arsenal game, which was last game at 3 o'clock. Every game before the Arsenal game was on the Peacock channel. I'm sorry, Peacock TV. What is Peacock TV? That is NBC's streaming service. So instead of watching NBCSN and getting as I would do, my college football almost fill of Premier League games, starting from 7 o'clock to 9 to 11 and getting like 4 or 5 games a day, we're only going to get one. And the rest of those games will be on the Peacock TV streaming network.
Okay.
That we have to pay for in order to watch soccer.
You have to pay for it? Peacock is free.
Peacock is not free.
Peacock is free.
Okay.
I have it. It's free.
Okay. Peacock is free for the regular stuff. Peacock is free, not free for soccer. It's $4.99, $3.99, or something like that a month. I know because I had to sign up for it. So it's called Peacock Premium. I know you don't watch Man City at all, even though you decided to pick a team. But this is what This is what they're doing. So, and also, like today, Liverpool and Chelsea play. That's a big match. That is a big match. It's not going to be on NBC. It's going to be on Peacock Premium.
Hey, man, they got to make their money some kind of way,
But you're growing the game here. We have,
in Peacock's, in NBC's defense, there's been a lot of lost revenue due to COVID. So maybe this is their way to try to recoup that revenue. So maybe normally they wouldn't charge, but they're just trying to recoup some money to kind of offset some of these losses they had this year. So
you know who else had losses? The American public. People without jobs. People who want to wake up and see their team play on the weekends. That's why I always love college football. I mean, I know they have college football plans, but not like they do. I could wake up, watch college game day from 12 o'clock to whatever. I get to see games. And that's how it was in the Premier League. But now you're taking all that away.
So there's no more NBC Sports Network? You can't watch?
There is. But like, say when soccer's on, it's the Grand Prix of whatever auto racing it is. Or
because I thought
or something.
I thought all the games used to come on
They did, NBCSN.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's only one game a day. Like today it'll be one game. And the rest of the 4 games, including Liverpool and Chelsea, is going to be on Peacock Premium.
Ugh.
And it's like I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That sucks, man.
And then of course, as I don't know if anybody here on the show that listens, I'm sure they do know, I'm very not tech savvy. I can't cast anything to my TV. I don't know how. I got an Apple devices and a Samsung TV upstairs. It's just not. It's like a cow and a dinosaur trying to get together. It's just not working.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want it. So I'm like you. I'm tablet watching. You know how much I hated that.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm sitting there and watching the Arsenal game. No, it was on TV. Sorry, but the other games are on the freaking thing. And you have, I mean, the worst part is you have people come over. And my son was here. And we're sitting here huddled around the tablet to watch the game. Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to cast that joint to your TV, man.
It's so stupid. And you just gotta pay. Everything's a streaming. Everything.
I know. Yeah.
I'm just done. Like I'm just tired of everything. Everything's just gonna cost money.
Yeah, that would be like instead of turning on the football games a day, oh, now I have to watch NFL football on CBS All Access and subscribe to their service. That would piss me off.
And they'll show one game, and it might not be your local game.
Right.
So it'll be Denver, Jacksonville at 1:00.
Right.
You gotta pay to watch, whatever. Or if they said, you know what, I know how successful this show is. We're moving Survivor to CBS All Access, and you got to pay whatever it is per month to watch Survivor.
And it would be well worth it.
Yes.
That would piss me off. No, that would.
Yeah, but dude, you know what? We've been doing this show forever. You know, my day, I wake up and watch unless it's Tottenham, of course. But I would wake up and watch the games, and now the games are gone, and I got to go to a subscription thing in order to watch Peacock Premium to watch these shows. I mean, to watch these sports. I'm like, come. And they're not, the thing is, the worst part, they're not even picking the best game to show on TV. They're picking whatever game. Again, Liverpool-Chelsea is a huge game, and that's on the Peacock TV thing.
That's whack, man.
It's I didn't want to talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about. Yeah, I don't know how your O's doing. I don't even know. I'm angry.
Yeah, we're not going to the playoffs. 2 weeks ago, we actually had a shot on the losing streak, and thanks to that loss to your Mets and Michael Conforto, or whatever the heck.
Conforto.
Making that one of the best catches I ever seen in my life. Ever since we lost that game, it's just been we lost our momentum. Our pitching has been good. Starters have been pitching well. Bullpen's been relatively good, but man, we're out of it. But so the Orioles, I think they're 22-30.
22-31.
Great, 22-31, which isn't bad. I thought we were going to be way worse. They already, if you bet the Orioles and took the over, you made some money. So yeah, Vegas only thought they were going to win 20 games. So, but no, I honestly hurt. I was talking to my brother last night. I was telling him, man, I am so excited about the Orioles. In 3 years, we're going to really be competing for a title, man. And because what Mike Elias has done, man, he's injected this team with talent. It's like the Orioles are competitive right now, and we don't even have our best talent up here yet. I mean, he's bringing up rookies this year who will lighten it up, and Dean Kramer, Keegan Aiken, Jorge Lopez is pitching well. I mean, all these young pitchers are doing good. We still got John Means Business. Last year, Rookie of the Year runner-up. The Orioles are looking up, man. They're
looking on up. Good.
And wait till we get like our Adley Rushmans and our Kerstads who got picked this year in the draft. And our DJ Halls and Grayson Rodriguez, like our top prospects, man. The Orioles gonna be dangerous, son.
Yeah, good.
How about your Mets, man?
Well, we are fan-damn-tastic. Let me tell you. You know why we're fan-damn-tastic?
Well, I have no idea.
We got a new owner,
Stephen Cohen, right?
Stephen Cohen.
Billions
upon billions of money, baby. I wish I had someone somewhere. No. I would just make it rain.
I heard the Showtime show Billions was loosely based on him.
Listen, he's got it. Okay, he paid like $2.4 billion for the team. By the way, which is still less than the stadium the Rams and Chargers play.
That's crazy.
That is besides the point. But, dude, man, just listen. Will Ponds, no more Ponzi schemes, no more Bernie Madoffs. We actually got a dude who has money, who grew up a Mets fan, who wants to invest in the team. Sign. They're talking about we have the money to compete for free agents with the Yankees. What?
Whoa.
That we can be the East Coast version of the Dodgers.
Whoa.
You mean we could Mookie some people? Okay. All right. So, again, being a Mets fan, not trying to get our hopes up too high. But to hear that someone wants to come in and maybe, and by the way, we're only like a game and a half out of a playoff spot.
Okay.
Which is good. But if we can actually make a playoff spot, just to get in the playoffs, because, if we make the playoffs, we go into the postseason MLB bubble.
Right.
And I would just like for that to happen. That would just be pretty cool. But
what do you think about that? These neutral sites where the World Series is going to be?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, you got to protect play. Man, if something happened with a team in the playoffs, that's just, I don't even know what you can or should do at that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you have to protect your assets. The playoffs is your money maker. You have to protect them.
Yeah.
And since there's no fans, really, that you could sit there and go to, was it Arlington, I think, or something?
Yeah.
Maybe where they have it. I'm fine with that.
Yep. And
I'm perfectly fine with that. Just keep them safe. And that works with me, man. And there won't be a lot of travel. They're in the same area. It's whatever. Whatever they can do to protect these teams during the playoffs, I'm fine.
And it's going to be warm as well, which I also like. So you don't have to worry about these cold playoff games, with rain and cold and all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm cool with it. Okay,
so that's a good idea by them. So yeah, so as a Mets fan, just happy. Just finally have somebody who can actually maybe put some money into the team, who's not afraid of paying Bobby Bonilla every year. And just, we're 24-28 right now. If we can go on some kind of winning streak coming up, then, we can maybe just eke our way into the playoffs. So,
I haven't been paying attention. How's DeGrom doing this year?
He's doing okay. He's not having one of his. He has a little hamstring issue. So he kind of we had to take him out early in one of his starts, but we have to do better. We we sit there. We got faced. We beat the Braves yesterday. Play them again today. So again, we have a chance. It irks me that 3 teams in the East are over 500. Atlanta, of course, who's winning the division, Miami and Philadelphia. And Miami just should not be there. I just have an issue with that. And I want to make it to the play. And then I don't think they're going to make it out of playoffs, but having 4 NL East teams in the playoffs, to me, just vindicates how tough that division.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can make it, but we'll see. But Stephen Cohen, I just have 2 more owners to go, man. 2 more owners to go, or 3. I could get rid of Stan Kroenke for Arsenal too, but at least have 2 more owners for sure go. I'm be all right.
Yeah, I'm looking at DeGrom stats. They're not that bad, man. He's 4-1 with a 2.09 ERA, 80 strikeouts in 56 innings, only 14 walks. Man, that dude is a machine.
He's still the DeGrominator, but
Good gracious, man.
Yeah, love that guy, man. But I can't wait till he comes back. And speaking of coming back, the Big Ten is back, folks. How do you feel, man? You get to watch me. What?
I don't care, man. No, I'm joking.
Maryland football again, man. How exciting is that?
Yeah, I get to pull up my turf back there and actually get to put that on. See Tualia Tungavailoa play. So
that took a while to get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how you say his name. I think it's Tualia Tungavailoa. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, man, good. Listen, they were the first ones, them in the Pac-12 saying we ain't playing. But of course, seeing everybody else come back, the SEC starts this weekend coming up.
Okay.
And some teams have had issues. Like I said, the Virginia Tech game was postponed. The Baylor, what was it? Baylor Texas Tech game, I believe. With some COVID issues with some players there.
Okay.
Florida State's coach Mike Norvell has just came out yesterday that he has COVID. So they has assistant coach, the backup head coach is going to be taking over for the team as long as the people on the team test negative.
Okay.
So yeah, we still have to, we're still in COVID season because it doesn't have a season. It's just always here.
Right.
So, we're still going through that, but the kids in the Big Ten really, and the parents apparently really wanted to come back, and they'll be back next month.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
the Pac-12 probably.
The key to them coming back, I think, was rapid testing. Like we've talked about, as long as you could test people and quarantine them.
Take them out of
Yeah, I mean, it should be okay. Other sports have been able to do it without problem, so hopefully the Big Ten won't have any issues.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good for everybody to be back. Like I haven't even been paying attention to college game day. It's weird having a quarter of the teams, like just they're talking this ACC. At this point, the ACC and the Big 12 are the only ones playing. The SEC hasn't started yet. So I just hard to sit there and just watch a show with like two conferences or three. You know what I mean? It's just so, I think the AAC is playing too. I know Central Florida beat Georgia Tech, but it was just, it's still just weird.
Yeah.
Just kind of not having all the teams. And the primetime game was Miami and Louisville, which I was not going to watch, period. So just don't watch the one. Huh?
Who won?
Miami won, unfortunately, and of course they got a new turnover chain. It's just they get on my nerves. They won 47-34, and we play them next week, depending on how our tests come out.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but we're not. Yeah, and the thing is, we're not in no shape. It's still going to be a rivalry game. It's still going to be close. But we're in no way, shape, or form the team to go and play this rivalry game this early after losing our first game to Georgia Tech. So yeah, we're not going to get blown out, but we're not going to win that game.
Okay. So,
but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because I need more college football. You know how much I love college football.
I know.
So. But yeah, so enough with the rants, enough with the college, man. We gotta get to the main event, man. The first week of the NFL, man.
You said what?
We gotta get to the main event now.
Yeah.
The first week of NFL passed by.
Yes, sir.
Some surprises.
Yeah.
Some teams winning that we, didn't have. Or we gotta go over our picks and how we did.
Yeah.
So I want you to get this party started off right, man.
All right. Well, I would like to say that you did win week 1. You got 10 picks correctly. I got 8, so I didn't have a good week. Hurt.
8 isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's like 500, right?
Yeah.
I think we have 15 games.
Yeah.
The first game was Kansas City and Houston.
Yeah. So, but no, good job. You got me this week. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out this week. But what do you think of the games, man? It was just good seeing football back. It was
good
really
seeing football. I missed the Red Zone channel because I watch everything on Red Zone. I don't even turn the games.
Right.
So the Red Zone,
you don't have Red Zone this year?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
I just turn. So even if the games are on regular television, I don't watch it. I just prefer watching everything. I think the thing that surprised me the most was the fact that Carson Wentz got jacked up last week. I did not expect the 8 sacks and the constant pressures from the football team's defense.
Yo, the Washington football team's defensive line is no joke, man.
I don't know if it's the offensive line. We're going to find out because guess what? The Eagles got to face the Rams.
They got to face Aaron Donald. By the way, yo, did you see?
Yes.
Aaron Donald was a man, yo, against the Cowboys. Dude, you see the one play where he knocked down like 2 people, man? He was being double teamed and took them both out.
Did you see where he blocked Zeke moved him out of the way with that stinky finger? Like he just took Zeke and okay, everybody knows I'm anti-Dallas, everything. Just seeing him lift a human being, even as powerful or strong as him, and just kind of toss him aside like he's an empty loaf of bread. It's just a good feeling about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you're loving it.
And and the thing is, I picked that game for the Rams to win.
Right, yes you did.
And I was just so happy that happened. I was just, he's got his new tattoo with the "feed me" or whatever, and on his. I'm just like, so I'm just, I'm done. But yeah, dude, I was, Aaron. You saw Aaron Donald's a man. Aaron Donald is men. He's not a man. He's men. The dude, and I hope he's, I hope he's still. I think he's going to be men this week too. So yeah, that dude's no joke.
Yeah,
but that was one of my surprises.
Well, one of my surprises, which shouldn't have been a surprise, is this. All I'm going to say is Green Bay needs to draft a quarterback in the first round every year, dude. Because, yo, my man came out throwing laser beams, son. Like, where was his Aaron? Like, yo, my man is not happy, and he is, if you get in his path, he's just taking people down, man.
Yep. He was, dude. I was, how much everybody knows on the show. Yeah. 2 people I talk about the most: LeBron and A-Rod.
Right.
A-Rod was throwing. It was like he was just throwing. Forget Danny Dimes. This dude was throwing like quarters. I don't even know. He was 50-cent pieces to everybody. He was lasering down the sideline. He was looking like Aaron Rodgers.
Yo,
and no matter. Again, if you surround him with I just imagine if he had good defenses for the majority of years that he was there, they would be 14-2, like a lot, but we can't forget the greatness of Aaron Rodgers, man. And he's one of those people that I almost feel like he has a LeBron syndrome for some reason, where he gets criticized for losing way more than any other quarterback.
No, I can't do it.
I go back to Drew Brees. Everybody loves Drew Brees. Well, except for this past year, but he made up for that for a little bit. But Drew Brees is this guy that everybody cares about, right? I mean, he's 41 now. I think he's just turned 41 or something. He has 1 Super Bowl, right? No other Super Bowl appearances. Him and Sean Payton have been together forever.
Right. And Drew Brees has like all the passing records.
And he has most passes in a season. I think he's got most passing yards of all time.
Most 5,000-yard passing seasons.
All these things. And 1 Super Bowl and 1 Super Bowl appearance. And they've lost some ugly games recently in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers lost a game in the NFC Championship game last season, where, again, the other quarterback threw like 5 passes. His team could not stop the run at all.
Mostert.
And in most cases, his defense usually can't stop anything. The one year that they were good, they won the Super Bowl. But everything Aaron's fault. No matter what happens, it's Aaron's fault. The dude had 24 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, something like that, right?
Yeah, but I don't. But
crazy ratio, and it was a down year for him. Oh, he lost it. He's not the same guy. 24-6 for any normal human being is a successful season. But for Aaron Rodgers, something's wrong with him. He doesn't look the same.
Yeah, but I don't think he gets the level of criticism that LeBron does. I don't think Aaron Rodgers I think Aaron Rodgers gets more praise than criticism. But I do agree with you. I think Drew Brees, man, gets a pass. Like, it's like if Drew Brees doesn't win a Super Bowl, it's like, it's no big deal.
If they get eliminated from the playoffs in some quirky way 3 years in a row, which basically has happened,
right?
It's not his fault. He could have a bad game, but they don't blame him. No, Aaron Rodgers, again, and this is why I feel like he's the LeBron of the NFL, because there was still that game, and I go back, of course,
Arizona.
The Arizona game where they put up 40-something points. He gets sacked in the end zone, and because his offensive line can't protect him, even though he's put up whatever, and they end up losing that game. And it's like, well, he should have what? Should he have ran the ball as well? Should he have thrown the ball to himself?
Should he have not generated 40 points
of offense? And that was opposite, wasn't enough. And he didn't have a good game. He was 24-6. And again, I know he's usually in the 30s and all this other stuff. He had, again, a new head coach who wanted to emphasize different things. Let's take the ball out of Aaron's hands and kind of let's make this a rookie head coach at that.
Right.
Not so established guy. And this is what he gets. This is what you complain about. He's in a playoff. Like, how many times you go into a playoff game and Aaron Rodgers and you're like, okay, well, he's terrible today. Like, absolutely horrible. They deserve to lose. Not many. It's usually, why can't they stop the defense? Why can't the defense stop anybody? Yeah. It's usually not on him. Their running games have been sporadic for years. Well, what do you want? It's like, what do you want him to do? But he's like, they will go after him. He only got one Super Bowl. So is Drew Brees. They never bring up
right.
They never bring his name up like he's a disappointment. They bring up Aaron Rodgers like, he should have more. Well, shouldn't Drew Brees? Drew Brees has had the same coach. He's got all these look, he's got Michael Thomas. He's had all these dudes who have been Colstons and everybody who's been top-notch running backs, everything.
Yeah. And
they've lost, but yet he can go into off-season, chill out, come back, and he love the way he breaks out of huddle. What? Aaron Rodgers goes and have a commercial. He's overrated. He's disappointed. He hasn't taken his team to more Super Bowl.
All right, man. You know,
that was fine. Well, you had to bring that up, but anyway. But no, good for him. I picked that game too because Minnesota is Minnesota, and they're good, but they're not Green Bay, and they can't get past the Green Bay hump. They'll beat probably everybody else in the division, but they can't get by Green Bay.
What were your other surprises in Week 1?
Get me all upset. Seattle. And by the way, I also heard Russell Wilson, whom I've grown to respect, and I was one of the first people to whatever the guy when he first started. To a couple years ago when he's had that team on his back, running for his life because they didn't want to ever get an offensive line for him.
Mm-hmm.
To the Super Bowls, and he's been in 2. He's never gotten one MVP vote, not one. And that dude played like an MVP this past weekend. Not saying that he usually
he's never had an MVP vote.
Never got one vote for most valuable player in the NFL. Not one. And he kind of reminds me of his comments are like RG3-ish. They're just really campy and corny a lot.
Yeah. And I think that's by design.
Yeah, but he's the thing is his play outdoes his quotes, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He may be quirky and whatever, but that dude is a baller.
Oh, yeah.
He's a baller. He can throw those dimes. And I know him and RG3 came in the same draft class. Believe me, I remember. And that dude, for that first playoff game when RG3 was hurt and got hurt again, I remember Seattle going down to Washington and beating them. And ever since then, that dude has, been on a roll. And Seattle, again, whether they build something around him or not, he's been the MVP of that team.
Oh, yeah.
So, so just the fact that when he came out, he dominated that game. And I think he's going to have that type of year where he's just going to go out. I feel like he feels like he has to prove something. So, the NFC is going to be – the NFC is going – usually every year the NFC is tough. AFC is going to be tough as well. But, man, those top teams is going to be – just that West. The NFC West is going to be insane.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. But Seattle, that is my Super Bowl pick this year. Chiefs versus Seattle, so we'll see. But yeah, they got off to a good start. Yeah, and as my fantasy quarterback, I will take those 42 points any time. So, my surprise, man, was Jacksonville. That was my surprise of the week. More so, I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you lose to Jacksonville? Like, look, let me give Gardner Minshew some credit. All right, I think he might be a legit quarterback, man.
Gardner.
Yeah, the constant Gardner, man. He might be legit, man. He might be legit, and I don't know. But the Colts, you don't have any excuse losing that game. I mean, these dudes traded all their top defensive players. They're not trying to win. The players are trying to win, obviously, but these dudes aren't. They're not trying to compete, and but you gotta give them credit. The players play hard, man. Their offense is actually okay, but defensively, in the Colts, they never punted that game, so they were able to move the ball. But like Phil Rivers does, man, he'll give it to the other team a time or two, and I don't know. But I do give Jacksonville credit for winning that game because I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
No, yeah, good for them. No, but go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, oh no, go ahead. You complete your thought. My bad.
Yeah, no. I was saying, yeah, that game, even though it wasn't a game I really looked forward to or cared about, I was just as shocked as you were that they came out. But again, I don't know what people expect from Indianapolis too. I saw people picking them for the division. I'm like, what do they have? They just changed quarterbacks.
I picked them for the division.
Yeah, well, I'm okay. Well, we'll get into that another day. We don't have a ton of time. But yeah, okay, so you're one of those people. They added Phillip Rivers, who was that enough to win a division? I don't understand.
Well, you would think behind that offensive line, he would be okay. He would be productive. But
say it again.
I said behind that offensive line, that Colts offensive line, you would figure Phillip Rivers, could reduce his turnovers and be productive.
Yeah,
to the quarterback position, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, that dude was a turnover fountain last season. He was one of those never-ending fountains of turnovers. Like he was just throwing some bad passes.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. And then it's like, oh, he moved. It's like, okay, so you got a more experienced quarterback who throws more turnovers. I don't know. It's like, to me, if Eli left the Giants and went to another team.
Yeah.
You got a 2-time Super Bowl winner, but how good is he really? Hey, it's Phillip Rivers. I don't know.
And speaking of a guy who gets a pass, man, you talk about Drew Brees. you talk about who else? Or A-Raj. Good Lord, why does that dude get a pass?
Who?
Phil Rivers, dude.
Oh, dude, this is why I don't know. I'm not, and because the thing is, if you have, I think everybody still remembers for some reason that one playoff game where he like tore his ACL or something, and he had a brace, and he still played against New England. And the dude's tough. He's got like 15 kids.
Yeah, he's got to be tough, man. With those,
I mean, sat there, moved his family all the way over from San Diego to to Florida, all 700 of them. And, then he got I just don't know. I don't know why he's this guy where, they got him. We can put that team in the playoffs now. Why? Again, is he not the same guy that throws? It's almost like teams that we're going to have a good season because we have, Fitzmagic. Yes, Fitzmagic is good, but it happens 3 times a year. Everybody else calm down, okay? Yeah. There's times when Fitz looks like Russell Wilson.
Yeah. And
there's times Fitz looks like Nate Peterman. So, I mean, you're going to get what you get. I mean, I had Dolphins fans texting last week. It's 2 a time. I'm like, it's the second quarter. Everybody calm down.
Well, y'all want to keep Tua off the field as long as you possibly can.
Thank you. That's exactly what I said. But also to the fact of, this is Fitzpatrick. What did you think is going to happen? There's going to be games where he's like, how did he do that?
Right.
There's going to be games like, why did he do that?
Right.
And then there's games that's going to be both.
Exactly.
Like I said, I don't know if Tua is healthy. I know he was the backup quarterback because especially after they got rid of Rosen. So he's there to back up. But That dude, unless he's grasping offense 100%, unless he's 100% healthy, I'm not putting him in there.
I'm with you,
This
man.
season isn't a projected playoff season. You have him there, train him, get him in, get him comfortable. He doesn't need to go on the field yet.
Right, and just give him, even though he's healthy. You know what? Let's just be sure. You know what I mean? Like
extra cautious. You're franchise right now.
Right.
Yes,
So,
I totally agree. All right,
yeah,
let's get these picks.
all right, man.
Oh, and by the way, both our teams won.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, congrats to B More and to the football team. But one of those streaks is going to end this week.
Oh, really? Okay, we'll see about that. All right. So first pick.
I got Cleveland. Who you got?
I probably would have picked Cincinnati, honestly.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah.
Dude, Joe Burrow throwing 61 times, tad bit excessive.
That's crazy, man.
Tad bit excessive. But, I mean, Joe's looking good.
Yeah. All right. Oh, look at the first game on the slate. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Dallas Cowboys. Who's
Well, I got to go. I went against them last week, even though America, of course, picked Dallas to win. Falcons, looked okay last week. Unfortunately, I got to pick Dallas.
Yeah, Atlanta's defense stinks. I think their offense will keep them in the game, but I got to go Dallas here, man. They're coming off.
They can't lose 2 in a row. If they do, I would.
That would be so good.
Enjoy it tremendously.
All right, Buffalo versus the Dolphins at home versus the heavily favored Buffalo Bills. Who you got?
Yeah, I got Buffalo. I think this game is going to be close, but because I think Miami's defense is going to be real, but I think Buffalo's going to still win this game.
I am taking the Miami Dolphins this game.
Oh, okay.
Like you said, there's certain times when we get Fitz magic and certain times when we get Fitz tragic. I think this week we're going to see some magic, Hurt.
Okay, good.
All right, the New York Giants, Danny Dimes goes up against the MVP Mitch.
MVP Mitch. Speaking of which, that dude surprised me last week.
Yeah, but you know what didn't surprise me? But you know what didn't surprise me?
What was that?
Detroit choking the last minute, a 17-point or 13-point lead, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Now, I will say Matt Stafford did hit DeAndre Swift right in the hands. That should have been a game winner.
Right in the hands.
He was wide open. No excuses. But at the end of the day, the Lions
court. For some reason, I feel like I want to pick the Giants because I just don't believe, and I don't want them, and I don't think they should get out to an 0-2 hole. But I'm going to pick Chicago.
Well, the reason why you feel like you should be picking the Giants is because you should be, because I'm going with the Giants. Danny Dimes on the road will beat the Bears.
And Saquon is going to be motivated after one of my least favorite Giants, Tiki, was criticizing him.
Yeah, but Tiki went wrong.
But Tiki should, I'm not a Tiki. Tiki should just shut up.
Yeah, I'm not a big Tiki bar.
Like if Tom Coughlin wasn't there, we would never even heard from Tiki ever again. Period.
Yeah.
So someone who saved your career and knowing that you were that far from being irrelevant because he came in there and helped you, you should just be quiet. And this dude in his third season, just shut up.
Yeah.
Tiki, I don't even know why he has a radio show.
Drew
Thank you. Moving on.
Drew
Lock and Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh playing at home in front of nobody. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's winning this game. I mean, I will be a Denver fan today, but they're not losing. Pittsburgh is not losing. All right.
Green Bay against the Green Bay. Go ahead. Who you got?
I'm taking A-Raj.
Okay.
I think I went against them last week. Ain't gonna happen. So I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
All right. We have the undefeated Jacksonville Jaguars.
Who are you taking?
Oh, Green Bay.
Of course. Okay.
We should just skip that every week, honestly. The first place Jacksonville Jaguars against the first place Tennessee Titans. Who you got?
I think this game is going to be a lot closer than. I mean, the Titans are heavily favored. I think it's going to be a fairly decent scoring game. I think it's going to be a game in the 20s. I'm gonna take the Titans, man. But I don't know. Something's telling me your boy, the Constant Gardner, man, he's gonna show up today a little bit.
Okay. So is Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So, I'm picking Tennessee. All right, Minnesota on the road against your Indianapolis Colts.
Are the Vikings really that bad as they showed last week? They can't be, right?
Well, they played Aaron Rodgers. So this week they play Phillip Rivers. I'm giving it to Minnesota.
I'm going to take the Colts this game.
Okay, I don't think the Colts are going to start off 0-2. I just don't see it. I mean, the Vikings, excuse me, don't start off 0-2.
Okay.
All right, we have the Los Angeles Rams, who still have the worst jerseys in the NFL.
Dude, those are just to actually see players.
They're terrible. I mean, honestly, first of all, your kids are artistic geniuses. If they said to the Sherrard family, could you make a uniform for the Rams, it would have come out 3 billion times better than what they have. Seriously. Anyway, they're going to win this game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams, man. I just don't know if Philly's offensive line can hold up against against Aaron Donald and the defensive line, man. I'm just not sure. So San Francisco versus the Jets.
Speaking of a team that you didn't expect to lose last week, 49ers.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually picked Arizona to win.
Yeah. I think I picked San Francisco.
Yeah, you did.
But I'm picking them this week. Even though it's their little West Coast, East Coast thing. But I just feel they're a better team. And again, the city of New York with bad leadership and bad ownership.
Man.
The day that they hired Adam Gase, it was just a mistake.
They watched
keep another season. Come on, man.
I just don't understand. This guy was in your division, coaching the Dolphins, and you said, you know what, let's get that guy.
What did you see in him to make you think, you know what? He didn't really do anything. I think they maybe made the playoffs once. Maybe not. I don't know.
No.
He was okay with Tannehill, but Tannehill seemed to be doing okay without him. Yes, let's hire this guy. What?
Yo, I don't think I've ever seen a dude live off a mythical reputation. This guy is living off the reputation of being Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator. Dude.
Peyton Manning, I could be Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator.
Thank you, yo. And you could also be the coach of the Jets.
Yeah, even though I would run option, so that might not work.
All right.
Yeah, they're not winning this game, 49ers.
Exactly, same here. Divisional game, Tampa Bay versus the Carolina Panthers.
Tom's not losing his home debut, man.
Ain't no freaking way.
I know they were going to lose to the Saints, but they're not losing that home debut. Tampa Bay all the way.
Absolutely. Oh, the Washington Football Club versus the Arizona Cardinals, man.
Well, we're not a soccer team, so it's not football club. Football team. Who had a surprising win last week playing a bird. This week, they're on the road playing another bird who had a surprising win against the 49ers, and I'm picking Washington.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals again. I like their defensive line, but I think Kyler will be able to escape some of that pressure. He's got weapons in the backfield and at receiver, so I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Cool. And these are 2 second-year quarterbacks as well.
Oh, so
yeah. They both have a lot to prove.
That's right.
Against each other, so I think it's going to be a good game.
Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, the 1-0 Chargers against the 1-0 Chiefs and the Chiefs.
There's no way Tyrod Taylor is leading the Chargers to victory against Pat Mahomes. So we're going Chiefs this game. The Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Football Ravens.
Yeah, the Baltimore Football Ravens.
Against I'm sorry. What does that say?
The Houston Texans?
No.
What?
No, wait, what does that say?
What?
Houston, no. Don't they only have one player on this team?
Oh,
they should be called the Watsons, okay?
Mm.
They gave Deshaun nothing. I don't care if those wide receivers are healthy. Again, I saw Randall Cobb for the first time. Didn't know he was there. If they were a healthy team and if they had the components, I actually would pick Houston to win this game.
What about David Johnson?
Huh?
What about David Johnson?
If they had people, I would pick Houston to win this game. They don't, and I'm picking Baltimore.
I'm gonna go with my Ravens today, Hurt.
I think you would pick if Houston had their normal allotment of talented players. I feel like you would pick Houston, but they don't. They don't have anybody. I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
So the Watsons aren't going to win this game.
Okay.
All right.
How about the
Sunday night? The 1-0 Patriots and Cam. Oh, Cam goes on the road and takes on the Seattle Seahawks. A Super Bowl matchup where they should have ran the ball.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Seattle, even though they won't have their 12th man there, I think Seattle's going to win this game. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, it's always close with the Patriots. I am taking the Seahawks as well. And lastly, the Monday night game, New Orleans Saints versus the Las Vegas Raiders, and they opened up, was it Alliant Stadium or whatever?
The black hole or whatever they're gonna call it.
Yeah, one of the coolest looking stadiums out there.
Oh yeah, dude, that's gonna be a place. I mean, I will go there in the off season. I'm never gonna go to a game there because I'm scared of those people. But I think they're gonna win at home, man. It's one of those things where New Orleans goes on the road. They have all the talent in the world. Michael Thomas is hurt. He's out of this game. The Raiders are home. Monday Night Football. I'm sure somewhere on the strip there will be those crazy Raiders fans scaring people to death. It's Monday night. I'm gonna go with the Las Vegas Raiders.
All right. Well, I'm going to stick with New Orleans, man. I think they got a good squad, and I think they'll be able to withhold Vegas at home today. So
cool. All right, we keep real quick because we always miss the show. Let's pick the Thursday night game, which is who we think we're going to win that game. And the Thursday night game, because we always miss it every week, is Miami and Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Matt, you know what? I'm taking the Dolphins as well.
All
right. Good job on that one.
Yeah, man.
I have a feeling I'm not going to do well this week, but because there's too many favorites that everybody just kept picking, and I know I had to pick. You had to kind of pick the right underdog.
Yeah.
On some of these. So, but yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, man. But yeah, wow, that was pretty good. I feel like sports again is still here. It's all the way back. Playoffs, second week of NFL, all this good stuff. Baker Mayfield, your boy. We'll talk about him next week. See how they do. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. They could have a baller for a while.
Yeah, man.
Cincinnati. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in. N1MD Podcast. Of course, we're on StreamYard. You can see us live on YouTube at N1MD Podcast. Subscribe to us. Leave some comments. Tell us how great you think we are, because I appreciate it. We're also on Facebook, on IG, and on the Twitter.
The Twitter.
Luckily, we're not on TikTok because that could be going away for some reason. And of course, you can download the audio version on the Spreaker and Stitcher apps, on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. Anywhere you find podcasts, you will find the NY2MD Podcast. And thank you, everyone, and we will see you next week.
See y'all. Peace out. Go Ravens.
Yeah, the football team, baby. HTT.